Good day, everyone. Today, we are excited to show you how we digitalize our faculty evaluation process. So, let us meet my teammates. First, I am Ira Luis Taroma, and together I am with Mr. Leo Miguel Acetunas, our System Project Manager, Ms. Jermaine Sabido, Full Stack Developer, Ms. Raziela Calpatia, our Front-End Developer, Ms. Zelpi Delda, and me, Ira Luis Taroma, our back-end developer. And today, we are presenting Ederate, our faculty evaluation system. So first, to build this, we use the tools we learned this semester, which is the Laravel and MySQL. We made sure our code was organized and safe, that in terms of logic, we use controllers to hide all the math and rules behind the scene. In terms of safety, we use database transaction. It means that if the internet cuts out, the data doesn't get messed up, so it still saves everything. And last is in terms of structure, we use MySQL to tightly link every student to the right professor so there are no mix-up. So in terms of our design or the front end, we use the Tailwind CSS to make it look clean and modern on any device. So to briefly explain, our system has four main parts. So first is the public, the login page that keeps the system secure. Student module wherein the students go to answer the evaluation forms. Faculty module where teachers can check their scores and feedback. Last is the admin wherein the main settings area where we manage the users and question. But aside from that, we also added some smart security features wherein there is an automatic emails wherein when we register a student or a teacher, the system automatically sends their login credentials to their respective email address. And also the forget password feature that if a user forgets their password, the system sends a one-time password or OTP to their email to verify their identity. So everything will be discussed later on to my to the next part of our discussion. So now let us go to Mr. Leo Acetunas as he present the next part of our discussion.
So let us proceed now in the system demonstration. So pagka-click ni end user ng link, ito yung lalabas which is the landing page, also the our public page. So makikita dito is the sub features, the home about how it works, contact, and the main feature which is the login. So ang makikita dito is home, mga messages, this, a footer, about about the system, mga messages, developers, how it works, walkthrough for end users, and contact. And then let us proceed now in the login feature. So I'll try to log in a student, pero wala pa tayong na-enroll na end users, na student and faculties. So, pero pakita na lang namin sa inyo yung demonstration if paano kapag walang student pa. So, lagay tayo ng random. So, yan magpapakita. Try natin sa faculty. Okay. Administrator. Okay. Yan. So, tapos na tayo sa login page. So, let us now try to um, the second module, which is the admin module. Let us try to log in. So, yun. Pag nakapag-login tayo as admin, ito yung magpapakita sa dashboard, yung landing page. And then we have other sub-models, which is the department's criteria and reports. So let us focus first on the dashboard. So ano bang meron sa dashboard? So we have the welcome message, the statistics ng system, kung ilan ba yung total faculty, total students, evaluations. So dito, let us proceed now in the review period. So makikita din natin dito sa feature na to, makakapag-add or close tayo ng active period. So makita natin na system is closed pa. Pero pag sinet as active natin to, is ma-open siya, yung active semester na yun. makakapag-add din tayo ng ibang periods. Sabihin na natin 2025, second semester. Start niya is, since ang first semester is hanggang May 1, sabihin na natin na May 2 ang start. Then, end niya is probably October. After 6 months, October 2 din. So, let us try to add. So, yan. Makita natin na na-add na si second semester. And we can also delete the semester, which is this. So, yan. Pag makita natin, na-delete na si um, review period. So, makita nyo dito, if active yung review period, is hindi natin siya madidelete. So, yan. Next feature for the dashboard is the live evaluation feed. So, dito sa feature na to, every after pasa ni student na evaluation, is magpapakita dito. Kumbaga, para siyang logs ng students' activities. So, yeah. Let us now try to proceed in the second submodule, which is the departments, also as the accounts enrollment. So, dito, pagka pindot mo ng departments, makikita mo dito yung table ng available departments in the institution. And then, we have the code, department name, actions. So, in the actions, we can manage the programs under that department. We can edit the department details, and we also can delete the department. So, ipapakita ko muna if i-brief ko muna kung anong meron dito sa department na to, CCIS. So, dito we have academic programs, manage. Di ko muna explain masyado since mamaya tayo mag-proceed doon. May papakita lang ako. So, yan. May contents. Let us try to delete that department. So, makikita nyo, hindi siya na-delete kasi may contents pa siya or may data pa. Let us try to delete all the data in here. Makikita natin na hindi tayo makapag-delete ng program since may data pa dito. So, let us try to delete the data na nandito. So, yan. Pag nag-delete tayong faculty, na-delete na agad siya. Faculties. Faculty deleted as well. Faculty deleted as well then. And then, yan. Napag-delete na tayo faculties under the department. And then, try natin din mag-delete ng class. And then, try din natin mag-delete ng subjects. Subject deleted successfully. So, yan. Nakapag-delete na po tayo ng subjects under this program. So, let us try to delete the program. So, yan. Program deleted successfully kasi wala na siyang data. And then, let us try to delete this also. So, yeah. So, makita natin na wala na siyang program. Now, we can delete the department na since wala na siyang data. So, what I'm trying, so anong point ko dito is, para maprotektahan natin yung data ng bawat isa, sabihin na natin nagkamali lang ng pag-delete. So, para maprotektahan yung data ng end users is hindi pwedeng makapag-delete if merong end users or data under that department or program. So, now, let us try to add a department. So, pag nag-add tayo ng department, makikita natin mag-add tayo ng department code and department name. So, department code, nakita natin is yung code ng department. Sabihin na natin mag-add tayo ng panibagong department, which is the College of Architecture and the Built Environment, which is CADBE. So, yan yung code niya. And then, department name, College of Architecture, Design, the Built Environment. So, yan. Pwede tayo mag-save ng department. So, yan. Pag nakapag-save na tayong department, may magpapakita na department added. And then, yan. So, dito, sabihin na natin sa edit department, nagkamali tayo ng ng pangalan ng department or i-edit natin yung department. So, pwede nating change dito. Halimbawa, environments yan. So, yan. Nakapag-update tayo, environments. Pero since hindi to environment, update ulit natin. So, let us now try to manage the programs. Dito, pag pumunta tayo dito sa manage programs, makita natin dito yung mga available academic departments, which is the program code, program name, and actions. Since wala pa tayo na add na programs, ito yung lalabas. So let us now try to add the program. So program code, which is we'll try to add Bachelor of Science in Architecture, Bachelor of Science. Program code pala. Sorry. So program code is BSA. Program name is Bachelor of Science in Architecture. Let's try to save the program and the program is added successfully. And then, pag nakapag-add tayo ng program, papakita siya sa table. So, and then may 3 action buttons din tayo dito, which is the manage, the edit, and delete. So, sa manage, edit program, same function as the edit department kanina. Sabihin natin if architectures, pwede natin update. And then, let us try to, ulit. So, siya, makapag-update na. So, let us try to manage now the program. Let us try to add a subject, which has the accepting credentials such as subject code, description, year level, and credits. Sa credits is parang units lang siya. So, yeah, try natin mag-add ng subject code. Description is architecture 1. Year level. And sabihin na natin yung credits. Save natin yung subject. And let us try to add a subject pa. PSA 102, and 201. So, description is architecture 2. Year level is 2, credits is 10. So, yeah. And then, sabihin na natin na nagkamali tayo ng subject, pwede natin siyang update. So, yeah, subject update successfully. So, let us now proceed in adding classes. But before that, we need to add first the faculties muna. So, in adding faculty, we have nag-accept siya ng credentials such as the faculty's image, faculty ID, email, the name, the contact number, and the qualified subjects available. So let us try to populate or input some data in this. So try to natin mag-add ng image, which is sabihin na natin ito. And then faculty, C, 29601. Then email, zmdelda@gmail.com. And then, sabihin selfie, Delda. Try to add the contact number. And dito sa qualified subjects, this is a checkbox. I-click natin kung anong available na subjects for the teacher, for that faculty. So, sabihin na natin si faculty is, tinuturo niya is ito. And sabihin na natin din ito. Pwede natin save as faculty. So, yeah. So, nagkaroon ng error kasi may required siya na faculty code. Dapat nag-start siya with faculty followed by numbers. So, faculty 001. So, let us try again. Faculties, add faculty, fac 001, GM delta, Zelfie, delta. So, and then add natin ng picture. Okay, save natin faculty. So, yan. Since tama na yung credentials natin for that, nakapag-add na tayo. So, bakit may ganito? Send to email, credentials send to email. So, since inspired ito sa SIS, since we believe that our system only focuses on the evaluation itself, not on the enrollment of accounts. Since ang enrollment of accounts sa university is handled by the registration department. So, or enrollment department. So, ang means namin para makapag-send ng credentials kay user is through email. So, hindi mo na ako focus for that. I-discuss ng colleague ko mamaya. So, let us try to edit the faculty, which is the, so sabihin na natin na selfies pala si selfie. So, faculty updated successfully. Pero hindi siya sa selfies, so update na lang natin. So, yeah. So, let us now try to add a class. So, dito sa class section, nag-accept siya ng data ng credentials such as the year level, block section, and assigned subjects. So, dito, faculties, let us try to add yung faculty, another faculty first to demonstrate the classes fully. 002 testing at gmail.com. Testing, faculty. Okay, qualified subjects, sabihin natin, dalawa din. So, yeah. Nakapag na tayo ng dalawang faculties. Let us now try to add the class now. So, year level is 1. So, kapag nakapag tayo ng year level, is ito lang magpapakita kung ano yung available lang na subjects for that year level. So, sabihin na natin 2. So, yan yung lalabas. So, sabihin, block section 1. Then, assign tayo ng subjects. Kapag naka-check yung subject na yun, for that class, is may lalabas na drop box is dito makikita natin na may no instructor, Zelfi Delta, and testing faculty. Ito yung mga faculties na tinuturuan yung subject na to. So, sa logic, hindi tayo pwedeng magkaroon ng dalawang faculty sa isang subject. Kaya naka-radio box to. So, ang relationship niya is 1 to many. But, kapag sa section is 1:1 lang dapat yung subject and instructor sa isang section. So, assign natin sa selfie sa subject na yan, save class. Then yan, nakapag-successfully added na tayo ng class section. And then, proceed tayo sa addition of students. So, add tayo ng student. Sabihin na natin ST001. Email niya is Sebido. Jermaine Sebido 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Section assignment. So, sabihin na natin anong year siya i-enroll. So, sabihin na first year, ito yung lalabas. So, what if second year? Since wala pa tayong nagagawang sections under that year, walang lalabas na blocks. So, let us try to add. So, yan. So, since mali yung credentials natin, may lalabas ulit na error. So, student number must start with stu, followed by numbers, and then example, ganyan. So, let us try to do it right this time. So, add tayo ng students. Student name, student number, 201. Email is main, Jermaine Sebido. Contact number is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. First year, block 1. So, ayan. Student register credentials sent to email maincb.gmail.com. So, yan. So, para lang siyang sa faculty rin. Since nakapag-add tayo ng end user, ito yung lalabas. So, let us try to edit it. So, yan. Nakapag-successfully edit tayo. So, now, I completely discussed the department's submodule under the admin. Now, let us proceed in discussing the criteria submodule, which will be discussed by Raziela Palapatia.
So moving on to the criteria management module, as you can see here in the admin criteria page, there is an Add Category button. This allows the administrator to create a completely new section which serves as a container for a specific set of questions. We can try adding a new category. Mm, Since it's not responding, this is due to review period that is currently active, meaning students are actively evaluating professors right now. So none of these buttons will work. We built a check in the criteria controller called check evaluation status. If the system detects an ongoing evaluation, it blocks all add, edit, and delete requests. We did this to ensure data integrity. We cannot change the questions halfway through an evaluation because that would mean student A answered a different question than student B, which would corrupt the final reports. So let's go back to the dashboard to close the evaluation period. There, it is now closed. Let's go back to criteria. Let's try adding category 3. There, we will see a notification that it was added successfully right here. So next, if you look at the header of each category, there is a small plus button, which is the add question, the edit button next to it, then the delete button. The add button is specifically for that category only. So let's add a new question for the category we just made right here. So another notification will pop up and it's successfully added it. So next, if I need to rename a section or category, for example, changing instructional competence to teaching skills, I can use this edit button to change it. So teaching skills update. So it is successfully changed. To delete a category, this is the delete button. But I have to be very careful with this one since deleting the category will remove all the questions containing it. So let's cancel that for now. Next, the list or the questions. Looking at the list below, we have controls for each individual questions. If there is a typo or I need to rephrase the specific criteria, I can click this edit button located on the specific row of that question. This pulls up a text modal where I can change or rephrase. So the instructor demonstrates. Okay. It edited successfully. So next, baka mapansin nyo, wala yung delete button dito sa labas lang. Bakit? Ito para ma-prevent yung accidental deletions. We place the delete function inside the edit modal right here to delete. So, let's try i-delete itong ginawa natin bago. There, delete na siya. So, let's move on na sa reports. Sa reports, we will see the faculty performance summary table that gives us a real-time view at how our professors are performing based on student feedback. Makikita natin dito yung nilagay ni Leo na mga bagong faculty members, yung si Zelfie, tsaka yung testing faculty. Makikita din dito yun nga yung faculty member, yung department nila, yung overall rating, yung responses and statuses and the action button, which we'll discuss later. For documentation, we will see a generate full report button which grabs everything in the table and turns it into a master PDF. If I want to focus on a single professor, I can click the view button right here, then download button. This will download a PDF specifically for that faculty only. Then we will see here, we have a filter reports module. We can try filtering, but since there are no faculties registered in that department, there will be no faculties shown. So let's put that back to there. So we will be going back to the admin module later to see if the evaluation submitted has reflected. But for now, Ms. Jermaine Sabido will present the student module.
So next, we will proceed with the actual student module demonstration. So this module focuses on the student's role in evaluating the assigned faculty members using the system. But before that, gamit yung credentials na sinend via email, maglalagin muna ako sa system. So these credentials were automatically sent to the registered email after successful account creation. So now let me enter my student number and password. So log in, then choose a student. So ayun, once logged in, the student is directed to the dashboard. So here, the student can view the assigned faculty members for evaluation. But as you can see, currently closed pa yung evaluation status. So ibig sabihin, hindi pa muna makakapag-submit ng evaluation ng student. So let's go. Now, I'll try to open yung evaluation status from the admin system settings. So manage period, then set active. Then, reload lang natin. So, ayun. Once na-open na siya, automatic na magbabago yung interface ng student. So, let's proceed to evaluation. So, ayun. Makikita nyo na available na ngayon yung sa evaluation card. So, for each assigned faculty member. And at this point, we can now start rating the faculty members. Pero bago tayo mag-proceed sa actual na evaluation, let's try muna yung sa change password. So go to account settings, click the change password, enter the current password. Then try ko lang din mag new password. So let's say main 25. Then update password. So, ayun. After successfully changing the password is, tatry ko muna mag-log out sa system. Then, go back to login, choose the student, and try to login ulit gamit yung in-update na password. So, for the student number, then enter the new password. So, main 25. Then, maglalagin ulit tayo using the newly updated password. And ayun, as you can see, successful yung login. So, which means working yung change password. Next naman, let's test the forgot password. So, itong feature na to is useful siya in case the user forgot their login credentials. So, go to account settings, log out ulit. Then, log in. Go to student. Then, yes, click the forgot password. So, dito is need natin ilagay yung registered email. So, ayun. Then, check natin yung sa Gmail. And this is the accurate verification code. So, try natin siyang okay, 921524. 921524. Then, verify code. Then, enter new password. So, let's say name123. Then, reset password. So, ayan, success. Your password has been changed. And you can now log in. Next, log in ulit tayo. So, new password, name123. So, ayun. As you can see, successful pa rin yung login. So, which confirms that the forgot password is working properly. Now, let's proceed to the faculty evaluation process. So, here makikita nyo yung list of assigned faculty members. So, click lang natin itong evaluate now. Then, so dito pala, each evaluation form contains the evaluation criteria and the rating options. So, try natin mag-rate. So, 5. Then, submit evaluation. So, ayun, success. So, and as the students submit each evaluation, makikita nyo yung progress indicator. So, this indicator shows the completion status of the evaluation. So, after submitting the evaluation, so yung progress ng card nito or ng faculty is makita nyo na mark na siya as completed. So, this confirms na yung assigned faculty members have been successfully evaluated. So, finally, to verify if the submitted evaluations were received by the faculty, we will now proceed to the faculty dashboard. So, the faculty dashboard demonstration will be presented by Selvidel.
So thank you, Maine. Good day, everyone. So I will be demonstrating the faculty module, a portal designed to provide instructors with data-driven insights into their teaching performance and student feedbacks. So similar to the student interface, faculty members are provided with secured login credentials via automated email to ensure authorized access to the system. So here is the automated email sent to me, generated po kanina sa ginawa ni Leo. So, copy ko lang credentials para makapasok tayo sa mismong module. Yan. So upon a successful login, the user is directed to the faculty dashboard. This serves as the primary landing page, offering an immediate overview of performance results specifically for the active review period. So the evaluation summaries section highlights two metrics: the overall rating and the total responses. For the overall rating, this displays the cumulative numerical score, which the system automatically translates into a descriptive performance status. The system uses criteria to determine performance status based on the average rating. Outstanding performance for rating ranging to 5 to 4.5. Then very good for rating scores ranging to 4.49 to 3.5. Good for rating ranging to 3.49 to 2.5 and needs improvement to rating below 2.5. Dito naman po sa total responses, This tracks real-time student metric, allowing instructors to monitor exactly how many students have participated in the evaluation process. So under the evaluation details naman po, the system verifies the instructor's profile by displaying their faculty ID, name, department, and the current review period. To facilitate formal documentation, we have integrated the Generate PDF report feature. With a single click, a system compiles all summary data and student feedback into a professional, print-ready document and, and will show if it's already downloaded or confirmation that it is downloaded and is ready for viewing. Ito po siya. It consists of the faculty ID, faculty name, department, review period, and the overall rating po. Then finally, within the account settings, faculty members can maintain their security through the change password feature, which requires the current password and the new password. For example, faculty 123. Update password. Yeah, successful. They can also use the logout function to terminate their session securely po. So we'll test the new change password to check po kung gumana talaga yung pinalit nating na password. So faculty ID. Yon. And then try naman po natin yung forgot password in a faculty module. Then insert lang po natin ulit like in the student module yung registered email account provided kung saan isi-send yung OTP for confirmation and verification. Ito. Nag-send po sila ng email for verification code. Copy. Let's verify code. Enter. Then enter lang po ng new password. For example, faculty. Faculty 123. Star. Faculty. Yan, may lalabas po na confirmation. Then, tatry lang po natin. Ayan. Ayan. This concludes my demonstration of the faculty module's core functions. I will now call on Ms. Calapatia to further explain the real-time evaluation feed. Thank you.
So here on the admin dashboard, we can see the live results. Once Jermaine clicks submit, the system updates instantly. You'll see the evaluation submitted count has go up right away, and it is seen in the live evaluation feed that Jermaine has submitted the evaluation successfully. This shows that the system is catching every evaluation the second it happens. So let's see if it reflected in the reports page. We can see in the reports page that the score has reflected for Zelfi Delda, the faculty member, here at the overall rating. Let's see if reflected for the download PDF. So we will see here it has reflected with the score of 4.50 over 5 and the performance status of outstanding. And let's see if it reflected for the generate full report. So here you will see it has reflected successfully. So to close our presentation, I will call on Miss Ira Taroma to end our meeting.
So to wrap up, Edurate isn't just about collecting scores. It's about making the whole feedback process faster and safer. So we hope you saw how we applied what we learned this semester to solve a real problem. Thank you so much for listening and have a good day.